Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Sarah and today I'm sharing another of my Substack essays with you. Essay number 9 was originally written in November 2023. I know viral content seems to be the ultimate goal for many people, but I want to take you on a journey to explore the deeper value of authenticity and meaningful connection. So grab a coffee, get cozy, and I will tell you a story.
Seeking ikigai, the joy that life brings.
Beyond virality. Crafting content that resonates for years. Viral today, forgotten tomorrow, not always. Join me in unravelling the journey of a video that shows enduring content creates fans who stay long after the trending stops. I don't understand how people can ignore the red circle notification on their iPhone. It makes me itch to see more than a couple. And how on earth do people allow their inboxes to get to hundreds of unread mails? When YouTube tells me it has a notification, I dutifully click through, expecting it to be a new upload from my guilty pleasure of watching Minecraft and Hermitcraft videos. Instead, I was greeted with this really lovely comment on a video I shared well over 3 years ago. You were so kind to share this, and I see I'm not the only one who comes back to your video to remind us of the technique when it's time for a fresh cut. Please don't ever take this video down. I hope you're doing well. Thank you. It was never a viral video. That was an overdramatic use of a word in a headline to hook in a few extra viewers. I have had other comments on this particular video that made me smile a lot, but I had expected them to fade away a lot more quickly than they have. The way this one was worded really struck a chord, especially in the context of what I'm trying to explore here. Does this have the hallmarks of content that inspires true fans? The use of the word kind really makes me happy. Being asked to never take it down and being wished well, that works for me. As long as YouTube exists and I'm still able to read notifications, well, I will keep that video there and I will keep acknowledging and thanking the beautiful people it resonates with. I bet you're dying to see this super polished and awesome video, aren't you? I'm being facetious, dear listener, as I'm sure you can tell. Well, here it is, if I can work out how to make it link on video. You don't have to watch all the way through, not least because it's nearly 20 minutes. I did it without a script or any ability to edit a video beyond joining together the separate sections that I filmed whilst cutting my own hair. A lot of the point of me writing and now reading out this piece is to give you confidence to dive in and try, whether that's writing or indeed creating a video. I'm not claiming I wouldn't love it if one of my articles or videos ends up going viral, generating enough subscriptions to keep me going. However, if that were my sole motivation, I would definitely be doing things differently. Maybe putting my morals aside, maybe more cynically developing short form content, YouTube shorts, TikTok videos. I don't personally like those though, and I hugely worry about the effect they're having on our concentration levels and our ability to put phones down and connect with the humans around us. I worry, what harms are we inflicting on our young people when their minds and their emotions haven't finished developing? So it was 2 months into lockdown, May 2020, and I was messing around with something known as the curly girl method. None of us were able to go to the hairdressers. There was something about the normal world being suspended that made me much more reflective and open to doing things differently. I decided to give myself a haircut. Lots of people were talking about the unicorn cut on YouTube, which then became the double and even the triple unicorn cut. There were so many gorgeous, young and polished influencers doing videos on this theme. None of them looked or sounded like me. I decided to document my triple unicorn haircut. I wondered genuinely if it might help or inspire, or more likely warn off a few people. So I did it, and I uploaded. I knew nothing about titles, hooks, thumbnails, scripts, how to grow a channel. No ulterior motive and no notion of any kind of social media campaign. As of the day I wrote this essay, the single video had over 35,000 views, 1,500 likes, and 152 lovely people who took the time to leave me a comment. The impressions were a mind-blowing 400,000. That was the last video I posted to my personal channel, which was previously only there as a home for my videos of gigs, or my kittens, or me just having a mess around. There wasn't any concerted effort to build up authority, any notion of a personal monopoly or niche. With just one accidentally valued video, I can now tangibly see how, with a tiny bit more intention and knowledge, I could build up a bank of resources, learning as I go along, and grow the number of people who that resonates with. Let's deconstruct that video and why I think it continues to work so well. Number 1, sharing to help others by showing, not telling. I hadn't read any how-tos, and I certainly hadn't watched any of the very many polished men on YouTube. I've spent more hours than I care to admit to watching this year and last. At that point, I just thought that sharing me going through something new and scary might help others decide whether they too wanted to do the thing. It reminds me to stay humble and focused on the real reason for doing any of this. No matter how shiny my dimes might become, or how good, if I do get good, at YouTube editing, never ever forget the people you're trying to help and why that matters to you. Number 2, it was very obviously authentic. When you aren't trying to game a system, when you have something you think will be helpful to others, and when you produce it without worrying about polish, that is authentic, the very essence of it. I'd forgotten all this when I decided just a couple of months ago that I wanted to find something to write and video about. I spent hours watching content and reading advice, and there are so many people advocating for doing X to achieve Y. The hustle, the bro culture. Easy to get swept up in. I know most of them started out real, like me too, but perhaps they've evolved too far and too high to still be relatable to those of us right down here. They strike me as knowing how the algorithms work, exactly what colour to make their thumbnails, and what words to use for their titles to make you click. What all that misses though is the heart and the spirit, the deeper understanding of who is watching or reading, who cares about what you're saying and why you're saying it, and the fact that matters. You cannot be everything to everyone. At some point, the way you actually are will resonate more than the bells and whistles that people try to teach you matters more, but it really doesn't. Number 3, unscripted but with genuine jeopardy. I hadn't done it before, and I articulated that in the title and description. As the video went on, I had a decision point. Did I keep going or did I stop? In hindsight, as I read the comments that said people had held their breath, well, I realised it looked like a perilous next step. If it hadn't worked, I think I was in the frame of mind to still have posted it and hopefully laughed or maybe cried about how horribly it went. I think it was apparent that was my thinking. There was a raw sense of not being sure how things would end up. If I ever tried to fake that, well, I don't think that I could. I don't think I could better that genuineness. Number 4 was categorization. I titled my post and my description as accurately as I knew how. Clearly that meant that it kept being found by others with wavy hair who wanted to save money and cut their own hair. What does that teach me about content creation moving forward? Whether it's as a creative outlet, part of learning to do something new, or a way to entertain yourself, or even to seek out connection and community as your motivation, well, there is intrinsic value in creating articles and videos. There just is. No matter what else you put around it, at least one other human being will find benefit in it. If you commit to trying to do more, get a little better, post consistently, well, then you will see better results. That will compound quickly. Think about the success I had with a single well-received video. How that would be amplified hugely if I'd kept it up. I never wanted to be a hair influencer. Just not what I care about or I'm good at. However, it did teach me to think about others out there like me, what they care about, how they prefer to consume content, to connect, to learn. What else should we be thinking about on this journey? Really understanding who you're talking to and why is probably the biggest angle to consider in niche building or personal monopoly or personal brand thinking. When I look at the demographics of that unintended experiment, well, I wasn't entirely surprised that 100% of my views were female. The biggest age demographic was a decade or more older than I actually am. That's cool with me, although I need to think through why I'm also not resonating with people in their 40s, as they're now in my thoughts as a target, people like me. A big surprise, though, in hindsight, maybe it shouldn't have been, was that it was people from the United States who loved my video the most. Comments saying how adorable they found my accent, or my words, or my looks. Definitely something I should think about whether I can capitalise on. Where do middle-aged USA or European women consume most of their content? Those are the sorts of questions you should be considering when you apply proper product management thinking to where you want to take your nascent ideas to. So if you, or I for that matter, take nothing more away from this video, then my biggest point, well, that is, post that video and write that article. If you have a clear desire to help others, just do it without stressing too much, and it is sure to help at least one other person. Much love from Sarah seeking Ikigai. Wondering if you've had experience of an accidentally good piece of content. Share your thoughts about why you think it worked. Help us help each other. So that was my essay. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my thoughts on crafting content that truly resonates. I hope you found some inspiration or encouragement to create with authenticity and purpose. I'd really love to hear your thoughts and your experiences. Have you ever, like me, created something accidentally and unexpectedly connects with others? Share your stories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed my video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Let's build a community of genuine creators together. And remember, it's not about going viral. It's about creating something that can be loved forever. Until next time, much love from me. I'm Sarah, still seeking Ikigai. Thank you so much for watching.